What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training. And today we're going to be breaking down how to run an outside breaking route with an outside shade DB, okay? Who's kind of in this catch technique, man coverage concept. Not so much like a press jam, but it's going to be a man coverage where he's up close, catch technique, and what we got to be able to do to run this route. So I hope this video gives you guys some value, kind of clears up some questions you have when the DB is taking away an outside release with an outside breaking route. But also, fellas, if you guys want over an hour and a half's worth of specific wide receiver training content on route running and press releases, check out that very first link in the description for our route running Bible. What you'll get access to is a 49-minute long video on how to improve your route running in 10 days. It's a 10-day step-by-step schedule where we give you the specific drills, techniques, routes, everything to work to improve your route running in 10 days only. Then we give you a 48-minute long video on 20 different press releases, when to use each press release, and then drills to work on each one. So everything you need to become a better route runner. Check out that very first link in the description, fellas. Hope you guys could check that out. Think it will give you a ton of value. Let's get started with this video. So, first things first here, we got to know that we cannot force a release off the line of scrimmage, okay? So a lot of people think that, oh, you have to take, when it's an outside breaking route, you have to take an outside release and you have to break this thing off. And yeah, you can do that. But if this DB is taking it away, no good is going to come from forcing this thing, running into him, letting him get hands and force you all the way to the sideline. You have to trust what you're doing, because you see so many receivers when they're going up against man coverage, a DB will take away the outside shade, they'll go inside, then they'll cut back out, then they'll go back inside, then they'll cut back out, and it takes too much dang time, right? You got to focus on pushing up vertical, keep the timing with your quarterback, and get into the route. We got to take what the DB gives me, and that's how I have to get into the route, right? So when this DB, I'm coming off here, this receiver does such a good job of, when we come off here, he's closing the distance with him, right? Closing the distance, trying to get a read, seeing how he's going to play. It's like a reactionary release. Not every single release is a set plan that you have. A lot of releases are about, okay, I'm going to react off of this guy, I'm going to see how he's going to play me, and then that's going to structure to my plan. It's kind of like, if he does this, I'm going to do this, but if he does that, I'm going to do this. So it kind of depends on how this DB is going to be playing you. So when this DB is taking away the outside, I got to take this inside release and I got to do the best I can to push vertical and self fade, because I know that's what I have to do when he's outside shade. So he gives a little move to the outside, and he does a very good job of selling with his pad level and actually bursting upfield. Right here is what gets the DB to turn his hips, because he's got speed, his eyes are committed, his hips and his shoulders are committed, and he's staying in stride, right? What gets a DB to think that you're going fade is those three things. So you got eyes, pad level, or body language, as I like to call it, and stride length / speed, okay? So the main thing is, and if we could do those three things on an outside breaking route where a DB's outside shade, we should be able to throw him by. We got to get him to commit on this fade. So I want to be able to break this thing off and slip back underneath him rather than break it off and just run right into him. That's why it's so important that your cuts are crisp. That's why it's so important that your cuts are violent. You're dropping your hips if we need to be able to change that direction, because we got to be able to change that direction right on a dime and cut whatever corner we're turning very tight, right? So that's exactly what this receiver does. Does a great job of giving this move to the outside, pushing vertical, then breaking this thing right off and getting to slip back underneath this DB. Now, what's this DB going to be doing in this situation? This is super important, and not a lot of people teach this kind of thing, and not a lot of people do this kind of thing. This DB is going to be speed turning out of here, right? He's going to be turning off this thing because that's the fastest way to get out of it. He knows I'm doing an outside breaking route, so he's speed turning because he knows he wants to make a play on that ball. So off of that cut that I throw, off of that just single one indicator, heavy indicator cut, I got to make sure that I'm creating energy off that cut and driving and accelerating. I'm trying to win the race back to the ball, because if I could just get this DB to take his eyes off of me for a second like we do right here because he's doing a speed turn, I should win. I just got to make sure that I get to the spot. Quarterback's obviously got to put a nice, good, accurate ball, but I got to pump those arms. I got to drive so I can win that race back to the ball. If I could do those things, outside breaking route against an outside shade press DB, I'm pushing vertical, I'm trying to make him turn his hips, I'm trying to slip back underneath, and then I got to win the race back to that ball, because you know damn well he's going to be speed turning and trying to drive on this thing the best he can, because he knows that he got beat, okay? Let's watch this thing again, full speed one more time. There's a great example of what to do when a DB's taking away the outside shade. You don't want to force the outside release, because he's just going to wall you straight to the sideline. Take the inside release, try to get him to commit his hips to the fade, and then slip back underneath. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes off here, does a great job giving him that move, take the inside release, then break this thing right back off underneath. Great route. All right, guys, we want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I always appreciate all the feedback you guys give. It helps me come up with new ideas. So again, I want to thank you for that. And also, fellas, our route running Bible, over an hour and a half's worth of content to improve your route running in 10 days and learn 20 new press releases, when to use them, and drills with sets and reps to work those press releases. Hope you guys can check that out. Very first link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.